Aliu? 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 Yippee! Hi everybody! Welcome to the stream. My name's Roy Chiato. Like a macchiato, I am your coffee-fueled bunny host with a serious passion for voice acting, and I love working out. Welcome in, guys. Hope you are ready for a fun night tonight. We're going to be reacting to Connor's newest video, which may come as a shock to a lot of you because I very rarely ever react to Connor's videos as soon as they come out. And here we are. But yeah, guys, welcome. Super Sentai with Roy time. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Hey, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Shiva Goddess. Hey, thank you so much for the raid. Hey, welcome in raiders on the Twitch side. My name's Roy Chiato, like a macchiato. I think I just gave my whole spiel anyway, but I love working out. I love coffee. Buns. Here we are. Hi. Welcome in. I made sure to watch the original before this. I didn't, just because I was in a flip-flop situation of, do I watch the original or do I watch the newest one? You know, I wanted to catch up on the most recent one and see what exactly is going on, you know. Mage, thank you for the member. Another month ready to watch Connor's latest vid. Hell yeah. Hey, we love that. Hi, Sugar Fairy. Hi, Jungos. Hi, Philemon. What's up, Anguru? Roy, how's your evening been? I hope your weekend was great. More than I say how mine was. Don't mean to be a downer there. You good? You good? Listen, it happens to the best of us. I hope you are doing better today, though. I myself have a bit of a headache, but we power through because this is important. And I love spending time with you guys. So we want to make sure that we can celebrate the good times, not just dwell in the bad times. So everything will be fine. We're going to have some fun together, and we keep going from there. How's everyone doing today? How's everyone doing? Same. I'm stressed AF. My career is beating me up this final week. That is a mood. We power Ranger through. Oh, I like that. That's a good one. I like that. I like that. Ooh, speaking of Power Rangers, aside from the obvious video that we're doing tonight. So, I am very... So, I'm trying to think of the best way to phrase this without getting up false hope. I think we talked about this briefly before, that I wanted to pursue doing videos of some of the content that we've reacted to on stream. Now, I have a couple recordings of things that we've reacted to Power Rangers wise. This stream is being recorded. That way I can edit it down later and things of that nature. But my question for you guys, because there's definitely some discrepancy. You know, there isn't a ton of backstock of footage for me to react to or for me to edit specifically. And I wanted to get your guys' opinion on something. Something I wanted to do was take some of these Power Ranger streams that we've done in the past and edit them down. However, that means some of them are a little bit out of order. So I have like Dino Thunder. I have the part 2 of Mighty Morphin with the big group. And I have the toys video. So kind of curious. Like a small video? Yeah, kind of like a small video. I think that's ultimately the goal. You know? That's ultimately the goal, is to make it into some capacity like that. And I wanted to make sure, or get your guys' take, because I think Dino Thunder is a slam dunk. We definitely can do that. But the question then is, would you guys want to see a video that's technically part 2 from that big group that we had? It would be the end of MMPR Season 1 and the entirety of MMPR Season 2. Condensed down version of larger streams. Yep, and especially the ones where we yap a lot. So, yes, definitely. Okay, I'm gonna ask some of my friends to make sure that they're okay with that. But I would love to pursue some of this type of content in the future and bolster the channel with some bigger videos. I might end up hiding some of my older content just because I'm kind of like, new direction for channel. And I'd love to be able to kind of share a new direction and new content and new fun with you guys, and not just react to it live on stream, but actually get an editor to chunk it up and make it into something fresh, original, new, and things like that, and see what we can kind of do from there. So heck yeah, I don't see why not. I'm really loving the Power Ranger playlist. Yeah, there's a ton of really good videos there. There's so many. I mean, this one's going in there too. So, yippee! Let's go, hell yeah. Yeah, that would be enjoyable, but if I would make a suggestion, would it be possible for MMPR to also include Green with Evil section? Unfortunately not. It is only the end of MMPR Season 1 and all of MMPR Season 2. I wish I could include it. I could double check to see if the archive is still on Twitch. I don't think it is, though, and I might be able to download it from there, but the problem with doing that would be I wouldn't be able to balance the audio levels. That is the big problem, is not being able to balance the audio levels. Okay, I do still have access to it. I could take a look. You know, I could take a look and see what we can do. I will open that for later and see what we can do. But it probably wouldn't happen, I don't think, unfortunately. Yeah. I like watching the edited down content, but super support your you getting that brand settled in. Yeah, I think that's kind of something I need to hone in on a little bit more. What's up, Alexander? Hi. A future follow-up video should involve the creation of apple cider donuts. Ooh. I don't know if that's necessarily the type of content that I make, but that does sound pretty cool. Apple cider donuts are pretty tasty. I really need a note. I'm eating an apple. I got lucky. It's a sour one. Here we go. Let's try this one. We'll see how it is together. Here we go. Ready? Apple. I'm probably gonna give this one a 7, just shy of an 8. It might have just been like a bad first bite. It's not that it was bad, but it feels like it's missing something. Oh my gosh, Meg, hi. How are you? Hi. I hope you're doing well. How many apples do you have stockpiled in your fridge? I actually don't keep them in my fridge anymore. I used to. But then when I would pull them out for stream, they'd be so hard because they were in the fridge. You know? Let's take another bite. Let's try. Let's make sure, you know? Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's just not an 8. You know what I mean? B tier? Actually, technically it would be C tier. 7 out of 10 is a C. But I'll take a C over a D or an F. Absolutely. Good a time as any to bring this up. I noticed some MMPR toys on shelves under Power Rangers Reignited toy line. Only some flip heads, figures, a kid-sized morpher, but something. Yeah, I'm gonna be real. I don't really know what Hasbro's thinking with selling those toys. They're not for me. They're not for me. I don't know how else to describe them. It seems weird because the toys themselves are for kids, but like, what kids have seen MMPR? MMPR is 32 years old. You know? So it's like, I don't know who this is appealing to. Why wouldn't they just pick like one of the newer seasons, like Beast Morphers or Dino Fury or Cosmic Fury? You know, I'm a little bit, I'm a little bit confused about that because I don't think these kids would have seen MMPR. It's weird. Yeah, that's probably Hasbro trying to remember that they indeed have MMPR, maybe. It's 32. Yeah, it turns 32 in August. 32 in August. What's up, Java Mama? Aliu! Fair point, thank you. I'll try to make them. Meg, what did you say? More like, I'm ready to see your Power Ranger stream today. Meg, I could kiss you. Be careful. Watch yourself. I actually live across from the street from Hasbro headquarters. You should go ask them what's going on. Go ask them what's going on. The inside of Hasbro's mind is an enigma. It really do be like that. I'm tired of seeing MMPR. Can we get Zeo at least? I don't know. Honestly, I'm not sure. So only parents and grandparents who, what is that? Saved that stuff, showing it to kids would give the context. I'm happy I have the DVDs. Oh, I have the DVDs too. The ones that I think it was from Shout Factory. They released. Bring back Super Megaforce toys. You know what's crazy is those are over a decade old now. Super Megaforce was like 12 years ago. Whoops. Gotta say, by the way, you're inspiring me to make React content too. Starting to realize how fun it is to share your passion with your community. Yeah, I think it's really fun to do these types of streams. I'm very fortunate enough that I found a friend in Connor, and I've been fortunate enough that the people that I've wanted to react to on YouTube were super okay with me reaching out to them, like via Twitter, via DMs, or anything else like that, and then okay with me reacting to their content. So that's the big thing to me, is having their permission, having their consent to react to their stuff. And more times than not, I will not react to something on stream nor make a video out of it if I don't have their permission. So if I'm reacting to something on stream, 99% of the time, I have the permission of the creator to do that. So yeah. Trace your Silver Fox era. Ooh la la. I worry that it will cause Hasbro to end Power Rangers wholesale, like how Thundercats 2011 ended one season. Oh, after one season because the toys didn't sell. I mean, if the toy sales do okay, then I think they're fine. But the thing is like, there's even more rumors now about the new season of Power Rangers coming, you know? And I'm very curious to see how that is going to go. You know what I mean? Because for a while the rumor was, oh, new season, it's coming to Disney Plus. Hasbro's working with, you know, the showrunners from Percy Jackson. And then more recently, we got like more of that rumor with like locations being found, and then the showrunners from Percy Jackson being listed on like the lead for it. So yeah. They're a new season or is it a complete reboot? We have no idea. We don't even know if that rumor is even true, you know? Percy Jackson for Power Rangers. Yeah, the showrunners, because they did an amazing job with Percy Jackson. So I never finished the first season because I didn't have Disney Plus at the time, and now I do. I need to go back and finish that. Yeah, please be real. I hope it is. I really do. But I was really enjoying Percy Jackson. As someone that read the books and really enjoyed those, and then saw the movies and didn't really like the movies that much. I'm sorry, rather the movies were not for me. I was very pleasantly surprised by how fun the live action series was. So I'm just excited for the new Kamen Rider is airing in the US. Yes, Zetst. Whatever that is. I have no idea. Regardless, I am very excited the fact that we're finally getting Kamen Rider in the West, which has taken a millennia and a half to get to, but it's crazy to think about that this is the first time. Kamen Rider is 54 years old. I think they turned 54 this year, or they turned 54 this year. It's taken that long to have an official like co-airing in the US, which is insane. And this is just Kamen Rider. This isn't Super Sentai as well, because we have no idea what's happening after Gokaiger. So I'm hoping we hear something about that soon. Wait, what's happening? The new season of Kamen Rider will be simul-airing in the US. So very excited about that. Will it be dubbed? I have no idea. I imagine not, because I don't think there's anybody that does Kamen Rider dubs at the moment. If someone's looking for someone to dub it professionally, I would love to throw my hat in the ring. I am a professional voice actor. I am remote capable, you know? I doubt it. I don't think so either. Is that the first time we're ever getting simulcast Kamen Rider? Yep, first time ever, which is why it's such a big deal. And if it's at the same time we also get a new season of Power Rangers, and then, you know, Super Sentai's been doing really well. I've heard nothing but good things about Gokaiger, so very exciting. Betting Sayu? What does Sayu know about Kamen Rider? What does Sayu know about Super Sentai? What does Sayu know about Power Rangers? Because if he doesn't know, I'll educate him. But I'm just saying, what does he know? Hopefully nothing, so I can educate him. That'd be fun. I'm hoping it takes off like Power Rangers did. That would be super cool. I agree. I concur. Props to the guys in the NA who've been holding strong on Kamen Rider for like 30 years before this. Oh, absolutely. I mean, I only got into it recently. We're in the middle of Kamen Rider Hibiki right now. We got 24 episodes in, so we're officially at the halfway point. Very weird season. I'm kind of enjoying it, but it is very, very weird because they don't say henshin. There's no rider kick. The main rider doesn't have a motorcycle. None of the riders really have motorcycles in general. It's just one guy occasionally rides one, you know? Hibiki I try to watch because it's weird. He'd beat dem drums. He'd do 6 episodes until the change. We'll find out. I know people have told me when the opening changes, that is when it goes downhill, which is weird because some people were like, oh yeah, Hibiki's a 10 out of 10 for the first half of it. And I'm like, it's fun, but I don't know about a 10 out of 10 kind of thing. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. It's very weird. I only know Hibiki because of a Decade clip. Roy gets a call in the middle of the night. Roy, I just got cast. I need a crash course on Kamen Rider for Sayu. Nah. So he would probably go to Iron Mouse. Sayu and I are friends, but I'm pretty sure he's probably closer with Mouse, and I think she knows more about Rider than I do. I know more about Super Sentai probably and Power Rangers, but Kamen Rider, I would probably give it to Mouse. Not that this is even happening. I don't know why. Whatever. I would love to teach anybody about Kamen Rider or Super Sentai regardless. I think it's great. I think more people trying to get into the franchise is fantastic. I would love to team up with Mousy at some point. I think I've talked about that before, but I don't know how to talk to Mouse. So oh my gosh. Hey, take care, Meg. We'll see you around. Spreading the word of our Power Rangers far and wide. Also, hi, what's up? Yeah, Sayu is the Kamen Rider. I am the reinforcements. Jingyuan, yeah. What's up, V Fanatic? Roy, how could you not do the SPD reaction on July 11th? I wonder if it's because of behind the scenes things where we wouldn't be able to have the whole group together. And we're trying to be respectful of all of the friends that are involved in Oshi Sentai V Ranger. I wonder if that's why. Kamen Rider question. Sure, what's up, Lila? Which Kamen Rider show has the floating arm? I forgot the name and it's been bothering me. Floating arm. Oh, it's at O's? I don't know. You got me on that one. Yeah, Oshi Sentai V Ranger. That's O's. Yeah, there you go. I'm not up to O's yet, unfortunately. Has Roy seen Sir Superhero videos on Power Rangers? I don't think so. Has someone mentioned Sir Superhero before? I feel like that name sounds familiar. Athena, mightiest in the arena, strong and witty and queen of kissing Roy's and... Anyway, hi. It's good to see you. Sir Superhero is fantastic. Maybe I'll have to check them out. Watch them. What did I say at the beginning of the stream, guys? I need someone's permission before I can react to their stuff on stream. Okay? Floating Arm Bromance, that's amazing. He's been doing a lot of Marvel and Power Ranger essay videos. Honestly, reacting to some DC essay videos would be pretty cool too, because I feel like my knowledge of DC is back in like the early 2000s when I was in my DC phase, when Teen Titans ended and then Young Justice was starting, and I was like, I want to know more. Give me more. I want more. Anyway. PR Connor questions. You plan on seeing Connor's Power Ranger video games video? Yes. Yeah. I will go back and watch it. I literally just decided to watch this one because, well, it's the newest one, and I figured, hey, I've got the time. I might as well watch the newest one. So he just did a Dark Ranger video. I don't know what that means. Interesting. I'll have to take a look at it. I'm a little behind on the current events in DC as well. Me too. I tried reaching out to Sir Superhero. Maybe Roy could have more chances. I'm just a mod. I'll have to look at it sometime. You know, I'll have to take a look. You know, I'll take a look. Did a random TikTok a while ago that gave off some weird anti-furry vibes. Oh, it got me. Listen, if I ain't seen it, I ain't know nothing about it. Will you ever do Connor's Turbo video? Yeah, we did that forever ago. We did that with Kane and before she graduated, Zeus. But we will get the main group up to Zeo and Turbo eventually. Although I do still need to watch it with just Zanny. I'll have to see about that. Though maybe we just do it with the group at this rate, because like all we need to do with the big group is it's the last season of MMPR, and then we've got Zeo. So maybe. I didn't get that vibe, so I don't know about that, but I won't tell you how to feel about something. Yeah, I don't know either. You got me. Listen, I just pretend like I know what I'm talking about. Superhero question. Do you see yourself watching or liking Batman Brave and the Bold? I don't think I've ever seen it. Maybe. I don't know. I've got too many other things to watch right now. Kane's brain. If you need a DC educator, I spent 3 hours explaining DC stuff to a group of people after the Superman movie. So, luckily, I'm not a DC novice. I would say I'm an intermediate. I have knowledge of a lot of DC events and like universes and villains and origin stories and famous storylines like Death of the Family, Nightfall, Death of Superman, you know, Crisis on Infinite Earths, Flashpoint. I know like a lot of like famous DC events and a lot of like stuff like that. I would need to re-educate myself. You know what I mean? What's up, Kit Suzuki? Hi. I think New Krypton is also a good Superman run. I don't know anything about it. You got me. I know the stories that they told in Justice League because I like the Justice League cartoon. That was fun. Rory, would you ever do a tier list of PR multi-parters? Maybe. That just seems hyper specific, you know? Brave and the Bold is very Silver Age for good and for bad. I don't know if I want Silver Age, you know? It's Morphin time. We're definitely going to be diving in just a second. I'm just giving people time to get in. I'm getting the Power Rangers Super Sentai edits to the Saint Lamar song. Wait, what is that? What's the Saint Lamar song? Also Apple. Apple. What? 90s era events from the sound of it. Yeah. Oh, and Killing Joke. There you go. Batman is like Batman and the Flash are like my two favorites usually. But even my knowledge of the Flash is not as big as like, because I just like the Bat family, you know? I really like Nightwing. I really like Red Hood and the Outlaws. That was a fun run. I really like a lot of the Titans and Teen Titans stuff. So I always gravitated towards Bat Family because it eventually led into Teen Titans or just Titans or Red Hood spinoff or anything like that. So, God, it's so hot here. You ain't gotta tell me. If you're wondering if Batman the Brave and the Bold is right for you, I suggest you dive into the first episode and only that episode. I mean, that's... Anyway, DC is doing excellent right now with their Absolute line of comics. Oh yeah, I've seen some of that. I've heard Absolute Superman and Absolute Batman are really, really good. Even though Absolute Batman was really funnily, comedically received when it first came out because it was, you know, Bat Brick, because he's so massive and muscular. He's musclier. Oh, the Tokusatsu Batman line. I kind of want to watch that or read that. Can't wait for My Adventures with Superman season 3. I still need to watch the first 2 seasons. I just don't have a way of watching it because I don't want to pay for HBO Max because it's like the only things that I would watch are the DC things. And I have Disney Plus already because there's a lot of things that I want to watch on there. Like a lot. You know? Didn't Mega Man fight that dude in Mega Man 11? Oh, absolutely. Absolute Batman is like Batman but cranked up to 11. Nice. We love that. Feel embarrassed, but honestly don't know anything about Power Rangers aside from the Mighty Morphin, so I feel I'll be attaining great knowledge here. Maybe not today, but in general, absolutely. Because today we're looking at Super Sentai games, the most recent video from Connor. Yeah. There's DVD releases for both seasons for cheap. I don't really have a DVD player either. I mean, like, I have a console, but, like, most of the TV that I watch is, like, on my couch in the living room or in bed. And I just watch, like, my Fire Stick or, like, my built-in streaming platforms on the thing, you know? I love PR and Super Sentai Childhood Unlocked. Let's go. Would love to hear it. Got season 1 for, like, $12. Nice. Nice. Does anyone pay for Max anymore? I have no idea. I genuinely don't. If Game of Thrones didn't end the way it did, I may have been like more inclined to like rewatch that, but I don't even think I saw the last 2 seasons. I just heard spoilers and I was like, oh man, I watched this for 6 seasons, man. Oh man. Need to get a DVD player for my bedroom. It's just, it feels cumbersome, you know? Yeah. All right. Are you guys ready to dive into the video? I think it'll be really fun. I think it'll be super fun. Okay. Here we go. Shkapow! Shabba-da-whoop. Yippee! Okay, so something I want to try. Something I would like to try. And bear with me. Since I am going to be recording this stream, one of the things I would like to do that was recommended to me was to not have chat on screen. And that it might help with the recording process. Now, I can still see you guys entirely, but I did want to say that. So we are going to be watching and reacting to this without chat on screen. Yeah. Wonder if there'll be anything cursed. Can't be any more cursed then. Apple. Apple. All right, let's go ahead and pause the music. Okay, so for the sake of the recording, let's do this. Welcome to another Connor reaction video thing. I don't know what the intro is for this yet. We're working it out as we go. Anyway, we're reacting to the weird world of Super Sentai games today. And on this little streamed series I call Power Ranger Talks, Power Rangers Talk, one of the two. I don't know. I like yapping about Power Rangers and Super Sentai and Kamen Rider. Yippee! So if you're watching the VOD, this is where we're actually reacting to everything. I'll probably film a separate intro later for the video because that's terrible. That was a terrible introduction. Anyway, once again, we're reacting to the Weird World of Super Sentai Games by Connor the Waffle today. Let's take a look. All right, here we go. Oh, my quality is low.
So not too long.
Oh, that is low.
Ago, I checked out all the Power Rangers games and was thoroughly, honestly, not too impressed.
I will be checking out that video later for those of you that are curious, because I did see the question in chat already. I promise I will be watching that eventually. It's just this video just came out, so I wanted to kind of, for once, jump on the fresh.
You'll hear a lot of people say things like, Power Rangers, it's just a cheap knockoff. Super Sentai.
Wait, who says that? Do you guys say that? Wait. Do you guys call Power Rangers a cheap knockoff? Damn, that's crazy. Connor going for the juggler.
Is where it's at. Nothing beats the original.
I mean, listen, that just sounds like people that are glazing Mighty Morphin 2, to be fair.
So, I decided to give that a shot. So today we're going to be heading across the ocean to the mystical land of Japan.
Wow, Japan.
And check out the video games for Super Sentai. But what qualifies for a Super Sentai game? Well,
I would imagine anything that's Super Sentai related and released as a video game
needs to primarily focus on Super Sentai teams.
Okay.
For example, there's a lot of tokusatsu crossover games.
Oh, so he's not going to do the crossover stuff. Yeah, you can see like Gundam, Ultraman, Kamen Rider V3, Kamen Rider, I think this is Black RX. I see a Zaku back here. I can't see anything else. Maybe Metallidur?
Like the Compati Hero series that crosses over franchises like Ultraman, Gundam, Kamen Rider, and of course, Super Sentai. However,
whatever you say,
that series is so vast and wild that it really needs its own video to cover them.
What is happening in this?
Seriously, those games are crazy. Maybe one day.
Whoa.
Also, I'm not the most experienced with Super Sentai.
I will educate you. Come pick me up, Connor. I'm ready. We've talked about this. I'm ready to educate you. I will impart to you any wisdom you need from Jetman all the way up through Hurricane, because that's all I've seen.
I've dabbled here and there, but overall, I'm still very new. So throughout this video, I'll probably end up referring to things as Rangers and...
I mean, sometimes that's not wrong. Depends on the season.
Morphers and...
That's also fine too.
Megazords.
Also, I think that's fine. Megazords, I would only say like learn mecha, because mecha comes out of your mouth a lot easier than Megazord. May not sound as cool, but mecha, mechs, you know, mecha.
I know those aren't the technical terms, but I'm doing my best here.
To be fair, what is the technical term for Morpher in Super Sentai? Is it changer? Wait a minute. I have this Tales of Symphonia poster. What the heck? Anyway.
So with all of that being said, let's dive into the world of Super Sentai games.
I figured.
Now, the first two games we're going to check out are actually games I already talked about in my Power Rangers video.
Is it Jetman? It is! I recognize it.
So, considering that they were just recycled bootlegs, with the only differences being that the cartridges and title screen said Power Rangers. But for the sake of being thorough for this video, let's quickly revisit them.
Yeah.
First up is Jetman on the Famicom. As mentioned in my previous...
On the Famicom. Not even on the Super Famicom.
Previous video, it's a solid game. Pick one of the 5 Rangers and side-scroll your way to victory. Simple and classic NES fun.
Yeah, it sounds about it.
You jump. You can't get any more straightforward than this.
It almost kind of looks like Ninja Gaiden-esque combat, right? There's a fair amount of similarity between the two. That said, we all agree that Dino Thunder, the Japanese counterpart, is at least one of the best in regards of both PR and KR, right? Do you mean Super Sentai, not Kamen Rider? I think I get you.
I didn't mention this in the last video though, but you can also do this jumping kick by jumping and pressing up in the attack button to hit the airborne enemies, which is really fun and actually pretty innovative for games of this era, allowing for some more dynamic gameplay. Hitting the select button also activates a screen wipe move that just obliterates everything on screen. Every ranger also plays somewhat different. The Red Hawk and Black Condor have swords that have a nice reach and work best for players who want to get up close and personal.
Black doesn't have the knuckle? What?
The Blue Swallow and White Swan have blasters for people who prefer that.
Makes sense.
But the Yellow Owl has this dinky little punch. Its range isn't as good as the blaster, and you have to get even closer than the sword for this attack to even register. It's literally the worst of the 5.
All right, listen. Yellow Owl is trying his best, okay? Rida, I think was his name. He's just a precious cinnamon bean, like cinnamon roll, precious bean, could do no wrong. Until he got involved in the love dodecahedron, and then I hated him, but that's the show.
However,
leave him alone!
I did learn that apparently the Yellow Ranger in Super Sentai is usually taken on by the youngest and most immature of the team. So I guess it makes sense for them to get the worst of the attacks.
Wait, is that true? Jetman kinda, because he's a farmer and doesn't really know anything about fighting. Gow Ranger, boy, is definitely like that. Gow Ranger, Kazu is definitely not like that. Kaku Ranger. What is? It's Seikai, right? Seikai probably. Old Ranger, definitely not. Car Ranger, definitely not. Mega Ranger, definitely not. Gingaman, absolutely. Time Ranger, could be argued. Interesting.
All in all, it's a very solid NES game.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough.
Okay, up next is Gow Ranger on the Famicom. And listen here, it has the Gow Ranger theme song.
It does! I remember seeing this on Twitter. And I remember everyone being like, oh, it's like AVGN, he's doing the thing. And I'm like, good job, Connor. Good job, Connor.
Again, I'm not going to spend too much time here since I've already talked about this game. It's still just as bad, and I don't like it. The camera's too zoomed in, so you never know what enemy or danger is ahead of you until you get hit. The platforming is garbage, and these stupid daggers, I still can't get over how dumb they are. If you don't remember, every time you attack, he swings to the left and then to the right. It doesn't matter what direction you're facing. It's always left, then right.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
In a side-scrolling action game where you need to have pinpoint timing in your attacks.
That's
in
so
my Power
bad.
Rangers video, I got stuck on the first boss. But this time, yeah, you're still the same. I can't get past the first boss, and we got a lot more to check out, so.
Come on, Connor. You gotta lock in. You gotta lock in, Connor. You gotta give him the business, okay?
Good riddance. I hope I never have to play this game again.
Not until I invite you to play bad Super Sentai Power Ranger video games. Anyway. Ooh, Car Ranger. Wait, did O Ranger not have its own game? Wait a minute. What happened to Gow Ranger and Kaku Ranger? And O Ranger? We skipped 3 seasons.
Alright, moving on to the world of 16-bit, we got Car Ranger on the Super Famicom.
What happened to all the other 3 seasons? Where's Gow Ranger, Kaku Ranger, and O Ranger? Kaku Ranger is like my favorite. Come on, that's my favorite season.
Your Ranger. I don't even want to know this thing's story.
What? Dapu? Dapu. Dapu's like the mentor-ish character. Like he's the one that gives the Rangers their powers. It's just a little animation thing of him. But yeah, I think that's Dapu. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be.
But more importantly, what are you all doing? Is this necessary? No amount of Car Ranger context will save this.
Yeah, I got nothing. Listen, you got me. I don't know that one, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're just training for that one Mario Party minigame on the Wii.
Honestly, they could be tired of Ludwig winning all the Mario Party tournaments. Someone's got to put Ludwig in his place, you know?
The game is naturally another side-scroller. Punch, punch, punch your way to victory. The game's entire presentation really reminds me of Mega Man X, and I do mean the
with the
entire
Mega Man
presentation.
X song
the art
playing,
style, colors, the chibi characters.
That's the monster that bakes them into a giant pizza. Anyway,
the platforming is incredibly stiff, and you'll be clenching the controller every time you encounter a jump. Also, look at that walk cycle. That's just straight up Mega Man.
It kind of is. Wait, he's kind of right. Hold on a second.
Determined little guy. Throughout the game,
Determined
you'll encounter all
little
kinds of
guy.
power-ups,
Yes.
Be it super moves that wipe out whoever's in front of you, or finding a weapon. Usually they're found on these pathways. If you press up on them, it takes you to a new area with treasures and whatnot. I honestly forgot they existed most of the time, considering I'm not always staring at the floor looking for a slight change in its pattern.
But you gotta be paying attention. It's those old school. Listen, you play Mega Man X especially, they're like, hey, there's a slight divot here. We want you to actually like ground pound it or use a specific weapon on it. Cool. Because you found it, you get this giga important upgrade that makes the rest of the game easier. Great job.
At the end of each stage, you'll fight a boss that takes place on one screen. You know, like Mega Man. When I played as Pink Racer and I found her weapon, I was like, whoa, she has a bow and arrow? Which got me thinking,
Yeah.
They never did this in Turbo, did they?
They did. Yeah, all the Turbo Rangers had their own weapons. Because they had like the finisher, like they had the thing where they combined their weapons. They all had their own weapons. Absolutely. 100%. They had to have. I need to get back to watching Car Ranger. I love the goofy and how goofy and self-deprecating it was. Car Ranger is amazing. For anyone that hasn't seen it or may not actually be familiar with Car Ranger, Car Ranger is, I think, just shy of an anniversary season. And instead of taking like a serious approach to like car-themed Rangers or a car-themed Sentai, they're like, what if we just make fun of the past like 20-ish years of Super Sentai and just have fun? And it's really funny and it's really silly. Like, I know everybody always points out how RPM had that like one episode where they're like, yeah, I'm talking about this giant fireball behind me that shows up every time I morph, or like, you know, my Zords have these big anime googly eyes. Where Car Ranger is like the monsters grow by eating like jellied sweet potatoes. They don't actually want to be villains. They're just trying to construct an intergalactic highway so they can be like delinquents on the road, and they're kind of pirates. At least the main bad one doesn't really want to cause any destruction, but there's stuff with that later. Red falls in love with the main villain, which is crazy. It's so funny, and it is so good, and has really, really good story. VRV Master is also an amazing side mentor. Freaking great. Yeah.
I don't remember Kat or Cassie busting out a bow. Anyway,
I think they probably did for the combined weapon, but that's probably it.
Ranger overall is a really fun time. It doesn't break any new ground or anything, but it's still a really fun game. I honestly have no idea why they never brought this overseas.
Yeah, that is weird. I mean, like, maybe they just didn't want to spend any more money into Turbo than they already were. Because, like, Turbo's income was really bad. Because, like, MMPR 1 and 2 were really, really successful in terms of toy sales, in terms of merchandise, in terms of, videos being sold, everything Power Rangers. Season 3 had, like, I think maybe a little bit of a dip, but then they also had the movie to kind of, like, counterbalance it. But then Zeo was a massive dip, and Turbo continued to dip from there, which is really funny because I think at the same time, Big Bad Beetleborgs was airing, and Beetleborgs was doing better than Turbo. And it still blows my mind that we didn't get the same level of explosiveness from Beetleborgs. And it felt like even though Turbo wasn't doing super well, they still kept putting everything into that. I mean, hey, we eventually got in space, so, you know.
Side-scrolling action game that's reminiscent of Mega Man. I mean, for God's sakes, they made that garbage Mario Kart ripoff for Power Rangers Zeo.
Okay, what do you mean garbage? I'm gonna need. I've actually never played it. Listen, go on, King.
And this game is 1,000 times better than that one.
Damn!
Was Power Rangers Turbo just doing that bad that Saban just assumed that this game wouldn't sell well?
Probably. Yeah, probably.
Because if so, yeah, maybe you're right.
Yeah, Yeah,
Time
unfortunately.
for a quick history lesson.
Oh!
The Sega Pico.
I love Hist.
It's an educational video game console aimed for young kids. It was
Okay.
released in 1993 in Japan, and 1 year later would see a
Was that Rainbow Fish?
game console aimed for young kids. It was released
That's Rainbow Fish. I remember this thing. It's like a story. It's like a storybook. Man, why didn't we get a Rainbow Fish video game?
in 1993 in Japan,
That's
and 1 year
crazy.
later would see a worldwide release.
That's crazy.
Now, despite the Sega Pico looking like a cheap children's toy with low-effort games, the Pico actually was home to a lot of charming and interesting high-effort games, most famously being Sonic the Hedgehog, with titles like Sonic's Game World and Tails Music Maker. The Pico also used cartridges.
I don't think I knew
referred
about
to as
this.
Storyware, which is
I straight up don't think I know anything about this console. I've never heard anything about it. Whoa, actually, history lesson.
really cute. Combining both the cute appeal and interactivity of a toy with the fun visuals and challenges of video games. Now, the reason we had this little history lesson is because the Sega Pico is where Super Sentai games would call home for a pretty long time.
How long does this console exist? This is Gow Ranger. We were just talking about Car Ranger. There's like a 15-year gap between those seasons. What? Huh?
Starting with...
Oh my god, the Bit Crush. Ugh.
Yep, Gexo Sentai Car Ranger. Now, Sega Pico games aren't like traditional single-player video games, but instead multiple short burst minigames to keep a kid's attention before they drink their body weight in chocolate milk and take a nap.
Okay, first of all, I would love that. Second of all, mods, where are we at on that chocolate milk? I could go for a chocolate milk.
Like I'm gonna do. First game
My man!
has us playing as Red Racer and ascending these platforms needing to rescue your team. You can't attack the enemies, so you have to wait for an opening on the edge. One hit and you die.
Oh. 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 Ugh. The sound.
Again, it was meant for little kids. The next game has you needing to time hitting left, right, and down on the center of a monster, creating crosshairs and doing damage. Pretty creative.
Okay.
There's a racing level where you need to quickly avoid the enemies and obstacles and take a free road with some gas. Honestly, this game moves at a pretty quick pace. My adult reflexes were barely quick enough to beat it.
It just means you gotta work harder. I don't know what to tell you, Connor. Just listen, if kids can do this, then we can do this, okay? See? Easy peasy.
There's one where you gotta shoot your blaster into open traffic and avoid innocent civilians while trying to hit the bad guys.
Really good frame to freeze on. These are some of the villains like vehicles, by the way, because like they didn't really introduce it too much with Divatox and Turbo, but like yeah, there was a lot of racing, like competitive racing in Car Ranger. Yeah,
that seems safe. The next one has a bunch of enemies approaching and you gotta attack the one that's getting closest to you. If any of the enemies get into your perimeter, you lose.
Oh.
You got a top-down Megazord fight, a regular Megazord fight, and yeah, that's pretty much Car Ranger on the Sega Pico.
Okay.
Again, the games aren't going to be anything mind-blowing, but I can really appreciate the amount of effort that goes into the presentation. There's a lot of cute cutscenes and animations, accompanied with the music.
That's so funny. They're doing like their pose, like the Car Ranger, and they didn't. I guess they just didn't have the budget to do it, so they just stick their arms out like that instead of just spinning the arm in a circle.
Accompanied with the music.
Car Ranger. Oh, okay, Mega Ranger time.
All right, up next is Denji Sentai Mega Ranger.
Source material, obviously, for Power Rangers in Space. In my opinion, one of the few seasons that Power Rangers did, I think, better, but I have come around on this season. This used to be my least favorite season, and then it was Jetman. So Jetman is my least favorite. I don't know where I rank this. This used to be one of my least favorite seasons, though, but I've definitely come around on it.
Now this one I'm pretty stoked for.
Yeah.
Mega Ranger is one of the few Sentai I've actually watched a bit, plus Power Rangers in Space is my favorite season of all time, and never getting a video game as a kid felt criminal.
We never had an in-space video game? Whoa, really? Whoa. That's crazy.
Getting to see this team in all of its charming 16-bit glory does something to the heart.
Nope, I had no idea.
The first segment has you playing as Mega Red in a traditional side-scrolling fashion. All right, it's like a game, but you can't attack, which is kind of meh. If you get caught,
wait a minute, I recognize this music.
You got to jiggle around to break free. The next game is, math. Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of a buzzkill. But oh wait, playing as Mega Pink on the Galaxy Glider. That's what I'm calling it. And blasting all the little foot soldiers.
What were they called? Mega Sliders? I can't remember. Mega Surfers? I can't remember. Oh my god, why can't I remember? It had Mega in the name, didn't it? Jetojama. No, I don't think that's what they were called. Oh my gosh.
Then you got this reflex game.
Galaxy Glider sounds cooler. I
will
agree.
appear on random tiles, and you need to click on the ones with the bad guys to get points. And of course, clicking on a ranger is bad. Again, this one moves at a pretty quick pace. I actually had to kinda lock in for it. It's crazy how both of these
kinda lock in?
little kids has at least one game I had to do the patented good posture gamer move for.
Ooh, hit him with the lead up. I see you, Connor.
But now we got the good stuff. A mini game where you control the Astro Megazord transformation. I don't really know what's going on, but I don't care. Look at this.
I mean, that is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
The Megazord and need to blast
nice
all
editing.
the soldiers, all while also controlling Mega Red and having him walk to safety. Multitasking, baby.
I mean, I'm sure it's fine.
And of course, what better way to finish off the game than a fight with the... Alright, hold on, I'll get it right this time. With the Galaxy Mega. These...
Listen, I'm just saying... Galaxy Mega sounds dope. Astro Megaship or Astro Megazord, it's not bad, but something about Galaxy Mega, just, you know, it just hits. You know, it just hits.
Fights aren't the most complex battles in the world. It kind of does just boil down to button mashing while changing the direction the Galaxy Mega's facing.
Oh.
But I don't care. This is so
That's
hype.
unfortunate. Oh, okay. Well, you know what?
And yeah, that's
cool.
pretty much Mega Ranger on the Sega Pico. Despite not having
On
an
the
emotional
Sega
connection
Pico.
to this Sentai in particular, it still managed to hit a part of my childhood that made me happy.
All right, that's a cool shot of them all on the gliders together. I like that. Yeah, Mega Ranger's theme was really good too. I really liked that opening.
All right, let's take a break from the Sega Pico and move on to the
Gow
PlayStation
Ranger!
1.
Gow Ranger!
Yeah.
Yeah! I actually, I think Gow Ranger was fun, but like the Gow Ranger opening is always my favorite part. So hearing Hyakuji Sentai Gow Ranger just makes me want to go, Gao! Dobikakare! Gao! Kraitsuke! And just sing along with the opening, you know, because it's really fun. Anyway, look up Gow Ranger's opening. It's really good.
Gow Ranger. The game is a pretty unique one, actually. I guess it's kind of
Oh!
like a 2.5D fighting game.
Yeah!
You take control of Gow Red and need to do battle with hordes of Orgets.
Oh yeah, I couldn't remember the names. But yeah, we've seen footage of this game, I think, so many times. I think Connor used this game specifically for Wild Force as well.
Every face button does an attack. The X and circle buttons do a light and heavy attack, square does a throw, and triangle shoots your blaster and also does your special ability. I really don't know what triggers it. I'll just be mashing the buttons and all of a sudden the other Rangers are here laying the smack down. After going a few
Maybe you have to
rounds
wait
with
for
the
another Ranger.
Orgets, the monster of the day shows up in the form of a boss battle. However, your strategy never really needs to change. Button mashing gets the job done every single time.
Listen, sometimes you just need a good button mashing. Who here has not button mashed in a game like this before? Come on, be honest, okay?
Once we defeat it, we get a super high quality cutscene ripped straight from the show.
I mean, it is, yeah. That's pretty cool for PS1.
And then we jump into the Megazord fight with Gow King.
Okay, first of all, that goes so hard for a PS1 game because Gow King, awesome mecha.
Yeah, sorry, I don't care how good Gow Ranger is. Wild Force's Megazord theme is Chef's Kiss.
Okay.
I really like the
Yes and no, because you gotta find the right moments. You know, this is where the White Tiger Ranger is from. One of them. You know,
Megazord segments. It's all in first person, which reminds me of Goemon's Great Adventure on the N64.
Oh.
The enemy goes first, and you'll need to dodge left and right to avoid the attacks. Once there's an opening, you slip right in, and bing, bang, boom, start going to town. Every hit feels so impactful and satisfying. You can even do the sliding dodge, which definitely comes in handy with later boss fights.
I loved Gow Ranger, man. Like just the different attacks that all the individual mecha could do like that always made me really happy.
Your reflexes needing to be as sharp as the Gow Ranger's claws. This is basically what you'll be doing the entire game.
Pretty sharp.
Fighting the foot soldiers, fighting a boss, and then fighting it again, but now big. A nice, simple formula.
Game was good for PS1. It's so funny because it looks good for PS1, but if this was on PS2, I'd be like, this is trash. But it's on PS1, so it's like, oh.
There is a story, but I'm 99% sure it's just a retelling of the show up to a certain point. Luckily, the gameplay is fun enough to carry this for a while, but it's not perfect. I kept trying to move around the arena like you could in Tekken, considering the enemies were spawning on a different plane than I was, but you're pretty much locked in a 2D environment the entire time.
That's always a shame. I've seen tons of like beat 'em up games that work like that, and it always feels really awkward when an enemy is like kind of behind you, but not really. Like, it reminds me of how like Tales of Symphonia used to play back on the GameCube, because like it was a 3D plane, but only the enemies really could do that, you know? This came out in 2001, so pretty late in the PS1's life. Oh yeah, the PS2 would have been out by then, wouldn't have? Huh. Hey, Nova, thank you for the 7 months on Twitch.
And while the inputs are very satisfying and quick, and seeing Gow Red just fly all over the place with his crazy moves is fun, it does get a little repetitive, since the dominant strategy is to just...
The button mashing sound is killing me. Come on, Connor. Okay, all right, fair.
You can't block or jump or dodge.
Wait, there's no jump or block or dodge button? Wait, so they really do just want you to be on the offense the entire time. What the heck?
And I didn't fully beat the game, but I did get pretty far just doing... And lastly, it kinda sucks that you can only play as Gow Red. Throughout every stage, one of the other Rangers will be by your side helping you fight the bad guys.
I didn't know that. It was only Gow Red.
Back over this footage, it seems like everyone shares the same moveset and attack patterns, but still, it'd be nice to have the option. However, those are all just kind of meh complaints. The game is still incredibly fun. One of the higher quality Super Sentai and Power Rangers games ever. Definitely better than the Lightspeed Rescue crap we got on PS1.
We don't talk about that game, Connor. You know this. That and the N64 version. We don't talk about that.
I'm not sure why this wasn't released outside Japan. If you're a collector or have a Japanese PS1, I definitely recommend picking this game up.
My assumption for this not getting released is probably because Wild Force was in the transitional time between Saban to Disney, and even during Wild Force's airing, like, the deals were already happening in the background. So it's kind of like maybe Disney just didn't want to license this kind of thing, you know? Was this version ever released as a Power? No, that's what Connor just said. It wasn't. And he was saying, I don't know why it ever wasn't. And I'm assuming it's because this is the season that Disney took over, technically. Ninja Storm is the first season that they put out as Disney, but they started working during Wild Force. So, yeah.
And just 1 year later, also on the PS1, we'd get...
Hurricane!
Yeah, Hurricane.
We just finished this! If you guys hang out with us on Discord, we actually just finished this like a couple weeks ago, collectively as a group. So, very exciting. I loved it. It was a really good season. I actually liked it more than Ninja Storm. Surprise, surprise. Yeah.
I'm getting deja vu. Now, on the surface, this game may look exactly like the previous one we just played. However, that's not exactly the case.
Okay.
Because I want you to take every little criticism I had about Gow Ranger and throw it out the window.
All right,
because
bet.
Hurricaneger fixes all of it. Yes, every complaint I had is gone here.
Okay.
You're able to pick between the 3 main Rangers every round,
Got
with
it.
each having a unique fighting style and special move. Hurricane Red is balanced, Hurricane Blue is quick and agile, and Hurricane Yellow is slower but stronger.
I guess that's probably accurate. Probably.
There's now a dedicated jump button as opposed to pressing up on the D-pad like in the previous game. Pressing
Oh, that's what he meant. There wasn't literally a jump button.
up to jump is pretty normal in fighting games, but again, this isn't a traditional fighting game.
Oh.
So jumping with the press of a button and executing air combos
I love that they repeat. If you go back and watch Ninja Storm or Hurricaneger, they use this Hurricane Blue running on water shot and shooting instance so many freaking times.
or special moves while also dodging
And Red running on air. They use them so many times. They're like, watch this sky running technique. Watch this water running technique.
blast feels a bit more engaging and natural here. There's an actual meter on the screen that indicates when you can let off a special attack. The Megazord fights are still perfect, no need to change them.
Cool.
And there's little mini games in between stages to mix
Oh, I've
things
seen
up,
this one.
like this frisbee throwing one.
Their shuriken, thank you.
It's no test your might, but I'll take it. There's a part where you fight the Thunder Rangers, or, I'm sorry, Gow Rangers.
Oh, so close. Gow Ranger. Gow Ranger.
And after you defeat them, on the next stage, you're naturally able to play as them both.
Hey!
With both of them having completely different fighting styles from the main 3 and even each
Yeah,
other.
Gow Ranger.
And the icing on the cake is that Hurricaneger is 2 players. Yeah, you and a friend can play together,
Oh.
which is always going to get bonus points in my book.
Who did you play with, Connor? Who did you play with? Why wasn't it me? Why wasn't I invited? What happened?
Even the Megazord fight is 2 players, with each person controlling an arm. And I'm
Oh.
sure doing other things. Again, I have no friends, so I couldn't really test it out to its full
I'm right here, Connor.
potential.
I'm sure we could have worked it out.
This is an A+ game. Satisfying gameplay, great visuals, energetic presentation, and I'm devastated it once again never left Japan.
Probably the same thing that we talked about with Gow Ranger. This was the first season that Disney did, and they were probably a little bit more hesitant to bring over things. I think there was a Ninja Storm game, but I think it was on the Game Boy Advance? Question mark? I think. Also, I'd argue Kabuto Raija is the strong guy of the team. I would say so.
My only theory as to why these games never saw an international release was because the Power Rangers games in America were absolutely bombing and were total garbage at this point. So I
Yeah.
guess they just assumed nobody would like these other ones.
Probably. It
Little
makes
dumb
sense.
idiots. Also, as a side note, I was shocked to see Sentai counterparts of Toxica, Mara, and Capri. It's nice to see that they were adapted in Power Rangers. I thought they were original characters.
No, it's literally the same exact characters, which is really funny. They just recreated the costumes and just shipped them over or just made them fresh in America. But yeah, they worked it out. It's always one of my favorite things because they were able to work in so many more Sentai shots that wouldn't have worked in the show. And then obviously for the game, you could, point and say, hey, I know that character.
Now, what could be better than Gow Ranger and Hurricaneger separately? Well, how about Gow Ranger and Hurricaneger together?
The crossover?
Ninpu Sentai Hurricaneger and Hyakuju Sentai Gow Ranger Cho Sentai Super Battle on the Sega Pico.
Oh. You had me in the first half there. You really had me in the first half there, Connor. You really had me in the first half.
Yeah, we're back to this thing. Although surprisingly, this game doesn't seem to care much for the educational aspect,
Ooh.
seemingly dropping it entirely to instead just make a solid game, a fighting game to be more specific. And, well, you're looking at it.
Oh.
It's not exactly Street Fighter or,
Okay.
heck, even Hey Punk, are you tough enough? It's pretty bare.
Hey, punk, are you what enough? Tough enough? Chat, do you know what that game is? I've never heard of that game in my life. Never.
Bones and slow. Throw a punch, throw a kick, maybe throw a special move.
What are the
Like
special
that.
moves?
Was that something? No, I don't think so, actually. With the limited controls and game design with a 4-year-old in mind, it's not really shocking that the fighting game is very lackluster.
Ooh.
There are, of course, still a few mini-games thrown in for variety's sake. We got a lesser version of the Hurricanes or Frisbee game.
Wait a minute. Isn't it? It looks like it's only one of his hands going.
Gambling
Like,
for variety's sake.
Look.
We got a lesser
he's shooting it out of one hand. How's he doing that? What the heck?
version of the Hurricanes or Frisbee game.
Huh?
Gambling.
Not the gotcha.
Probably one of the worst mini games ever right here.
Oh.
You play as the Wild Zords and need to go to every single tile on screen and hit the button until you find an animal crystal. There's no strategy, no hints, no nothing. Just walk, 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 dig, dig, dig.
Ew.
Every single square inch of the map until you find them.
Ew.
Isn't that educational? And it sure is.
I mean, I guess it teaches you patience. Right? Patience. Yeah, patience.
Hell barely qualifies as a game. So why is it here? But probably the biggest sin this game commits is the fact that despite it being marketed as a crossover game, the two teams never cross over. During the fighting game parts, the Gow Rangers and Hurricaners only interact with monsters from their respective seasons. Yeah, you can't make Gow Red fight Boss Tauzant. I mean, this has been a dream of mine for years.
Has it been? Connor? You know who Boss Tauzant is? Because I only just finished Hurricane. You know who Boss Tauzant is?
So if the two teams never interact in the game, why is this a crossover game?
Don't worry about
Just having two teams exist within the game isn't enough. Could you imagine if in Super Smash Bros., if you picked Mario, you could only fight other Mario characters? I go into these Sega Pico games
Yeah, that's the new meta. You picked Mario? I don't know. I hope you know how to play Donkey Kong, Bowser, Peach, Luigi, Dr. Mario, Bowser Jr., Diddy Kong, Rosalina. Is that it? There's probably more. I'm just forgetting. Wario, thank you.
Degrading on a curve. So
Anything
the fact
you
that
trash.
this game is still not that good with me being as charitable as possible really says a lot.
Oh. What's next? Operator!
Well, maybe the next game will do better.
I don't really know much about Alba Ranger because I know one big spoiler because it's hard to avoid those types of spoilers when you live online. But Alba Ranger seems really cool. I've heard good things about the season. So
Alba Ranger on the Sega Pico.
Oh, Piranha Plant, true.
We're not off to a great start. Once again, being a less than mediocre fighting game.
Oh.
Again, it's fine for a preschooler.
Did he just shoot a fireball out of his
less than
staff?
mediocre fighting game. Again, it's
He can do that? I ain't never seen Connor do that. What the heck? Also, Crab, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, Raiders. My name's Roy Chiato, like a macchiato. We're reacting to Connor's newest video, The Weird World of Super Sentai Games. It's like a bazooka. Cool. Yeah, there's a giant flaming rocket. You know? That's crazy.
fine for a preschooler. They'd probably really like it. But for me and this video, I don't have much else to say.
Who the heck is that? Who in the fencing ballerina is this?
The mini games are also once again really basic. You got a shooting game, another shooting game where you gotta guide the little chibi rangers to their Zords.
Oh, he used this during the Dino Thunder video. I remember this now.
This game where I think you're just knocking down trees.
Same with
until
this
you find
one.
Items, and yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. I was a little more lenient with these Sega Pico games when we were talking about the games and shows in the 90s. But Alba Ranger came out in 2004.
Okay, but it's for the Pico. It's for the Pico. You know? It's for the Pico.
The same year as the DS. So these games are getting a little more tiresome for me.
But it's for the Pico. But it's for the Pico. Guys, it's for the... Damn, he straight up moved on so fast. All right, time for Deca Ranger.
And sadly, we're not done yet.
Oh.
With Deca Ranger, also on the Sega Pico.
Oh.
You're never gonna believe this. It's once again a fighting game with some mini games.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Look at the in-between frames.
You're never gonna believe this. It's
Look
once
at
again
look at
a
Deca
fighting
Red.
game with some mini
He's
games.
got like the
One where you shoot things.
He's got like the bob. You know, he's bouncing on it. That's crazy.
A top-down search for the item mini game.
Yeah, the animation's getting better. That's what I'm saying.
And gambling. Well, I'm glad that one.
Gamba. Guys, I cannot play gacha games. I swear to God. If I go back to Honkai Star Rail or Zenless Zone Zero, it's over for me. It's Jover for me, guys. Jover.
It's back. The visuals are a bit prettier here, I guess, but it's ultimately just more of the same thing.
What?
Little kids will love it, and I
what does
guess
that
that's
mean?
more important than a crusty old YouTuber talking about the game 20 years later.
I mean, yeah, 20 years later, and because it was on the Sega Pico, probably. Maji Danger?
Up next is Maho Sentai Maji Ranger, and it's not on the Sega Pico.
Oh!
Because what we have here is a Maji Ranger plug and play. All right.
Oh!
I mean, the games aren't going to be any more complex or look any better, but hey, it's different.
Okay.
Once again, a collection of mini games. The visuals utilize a cute 3D chibi style, but yeah, the games are short and quick.
It's just rock, paper, scissors.
Memorization, racing, attack enemies in certain directions, rock, paper, scissors.
How are you supposed to be good at rock, paper, scissors against a computer? What?
They're very basic, and I just don't have anything to say.
I stand
a cool item
corrected.
to have in your collection for sure. As for the games, you can definitely beat all of them in about 5 minutes, maybe.
Ain't no way.
Now, luckily, Deca Ranger was the last Sentai game released on the Sega Pico.
Oh, thank goodness. What the heck? Bye, Jungles. Mwah! Plug and play games aren't much better than the Pico, honestly. I'm not too familiar with it. Like, this is the first time I'd even heard about the Pico. You know what I mean? US had 18 Sega Pico games. That's insane. Power Rangers car, I wish. That would have been funny. Maji Ranger was the very first Super Sentai I ever watched in its entirety. It's funny because I think Maji Ranger was the first time I became like exposed to like actual Super Sentai. Not like how Dino Thunder did it with like Lost and Found in Translation. But like Maji Ranger, I saw Maji Ranger. You know? I still haven't seen the season, but I was like, whoa, people are uploading clips on YouTube. What's Mahou Sentai Maji Ranger?
Because in 2005, Sega would release a sequel console to the Pico called the Advanced Pico Bina.
Oh.
And that's where Super Sentai games would call home once again for a few more
No.
years. Starting with...
Bokenja.
And yep, will you look at that? We got a mediocre fighting game, a racing game.
But look at the animation. Hold on. Look at the in-between frames. That looked like a Castlevania like GBA game for a second.
And yep, will you look at that?
Look at that.
A mediocre fighting game, a racing game
That's
where you gotta
crazy.
avoid the obstacles, number matching.
Sure.
I mean, it's still all the usual games you'd expect at this point.
The curse won't
advanced
die.
system does
Apparently
allow
not.
for nicer graphics and prettier animations, but apart from that, it's just the same games. I mean, let's just jump around. Here's Gow Ranger for the Advanced Pico.
Wait, what about Geki Ranger? Huh? Where's Geki Ranger?
There's a fighting game, a racing game.
Oh.
But alright, that one at least makes sense. And something educational, I'm sure. Okay,
Something
how
about
about
kanji?
Shinkenger?
No way with Shinkenger on this too. Bro, this is like the HD era. Like, Bulkenger was the first HD show. Ain't no way. What?
There's one where the foot soldiers approach you and you just gotta hit the button to attack them. There's a racing game,
Okay.
first-person shooter segments.
Okay.
But nothing really educational.
Oh.
I mean, doesn't Shinkenger do a lot of the kanji drawing with the morpher? Wouldn't that be a fun and immersive way to also teach kids how to do the strokes properly?
Listen, Connor, we can't have that, okay? Educating kids, that's crazy. It can't be done. You gotta watch yourself, okay?
Nah, who am I kidding? This game is much more important.
Oh.
So yeah, I just kind of wanted to steamroll these games. Again, they're perfectly fine for the target audience.
How does that look worse than the previous Pico games? What happened here? Huh? What happened? Isn't this on the advanced console? I'm confused.
But it was starting to get a bit repetitive for me. The final advanced Pico game would be Tenso Sentai Gokaiger, which was
right
released
before
in
Gokaiger.
2010. That is a super impressive run of games on a console that looks like it should have stopped existing in 2002 or something.
Bro, how did it get worse? Oh wait, is this? Oh, that's Gokaiger.
But hey, it's time to move on to a real video game console.
Yay!
The Nintendo Wii.
Real video game console. Oh, it's time! Okay, first of all, I have not seen Gokaiger yet, and I do want to see it. I'm just trying to see all the seasons up to it. That way, Gokaiger is even better for me. We're going to be starting Aba Ranger soon. But everything I've seen about Gokaiger gets me really hype. Like the music, the henshin, all the different seasons coming back, you know?
Oh, baby, now we're cooking!
Super Sentai Battle Ranger Cross!
Super Sentai Battle Ranger Cross, starring the Gokaigers as the main focus.
Of course.
The game itself is an action beat-em-up. Take control of your favorite ranger and fight off hordes of enemies.
Wait, it looks like Dynasty Warriors.
There is a story mode I played through and found it pretty charming. Obviously, I can't read Japanese or understand Japanese.
Oh, it's fine.
But based off of the images and everything, we follow an original invading force full of new monsters and villains who want to take over the Earth.
I wonder if it's the same invading force from Super Mega Force. Whoa.
And it's up to various teams of Super Sentai to stop
Dinosaurs
them.
Light makes sense.
Naturally starting off with Kaizok Sentai Gokaiger, the first Sentai I actually watched from beginning to end. And
I mean, I've been told, like, even if you're not a previous Sentai fan, you'll probably still really like Gokaiger.
Naturally fell in love with. So I was actually able to feel an emotional connection to the team, music, all of it.
Oh! Okay, first of all, you can't have the roll call be this awesome in game. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, that was kind of hype. I'm not gonna lie. That was dope.
As I mentioned earlier, the game is a beat-em-up. On the surface, it's very reminiscent of the Warriors games.
Yeah!
Fighting off hordes and hordes of villains with flashy combos and attacks.
I love Warrior Styles games. I used to play the One Piece variants back in the day. I think they were on PS3 when they first started. Man, I loved those. They were so... Actually, technically, there were some on the GameCube and PS2, but I remember specifically playing the PS3 era ones and really liking those. Also, I saw somebody ask, what are the Super Sentai seasons I've seen? I've seen Jetman, Gow Ranger, Dai Ranger, Kaku Ranger, O Ranger, Car Ranger, Mega Ranger, Gingaman, Go-Go 5, Time Ranger, Gow Ranger, and now we've finished Hurricaneger. So I've seen 12 seasons. Yeah.
You can pick between all 5 members of the team, with each character actually having a different playstyle. For example, Marvelous uses a sword and blaster, Joe naturally uses 2 swords, and Doc uses strictly blasters along with a wimpy unorthodox kick. Very true to character.
He's trying his best out here, okay?
Now, despite looking like a Warriors game, Super Sentai Battle is actually a lot simpler.
Okay.
You're not running around capturing territories or exploring the map.
Damn, now I want to play a Warriors game. Oh, man, now I want to play a Warriors game. Oh.
Pretty much locked in this small battle arena and need to just keep whacking the bad guys. There's also no special abilities or anything like that. You're just mashing your basic combos over and over again.
Are you sure?
Every time you land a hit though, they drop these Sentai coins that charge your special meter. Filling it up fully will unleash the team's final strike and end the round.
Oh. Okay, that was pretty cool.
So in that sense, it's very faithful to the Super Sentai formula. The finishing move is the finishing move.
I mean, as it should be. It's so loud, too. Like, the sound effects are crazy loud.
If you don't think that's the coolest thing ever, then get out of my face.
Connor, this is from 2011, 2012. Please. I'm sure there are newer, better Sentai games now. Please.
Every round starts off with this rock, paper, scissors roulette. Depending on who wins, be it you or the CPU, they'll have an advantage in the round. Be it more health, inflicting higher damage, etc. However, there's also this Super Sentai icon that just makes you incredibly powerful right out of the gate, giving you every single buff the game has. So it's more like rock, paper, scissors, hydrogen bomb. So this is a crossover game, by the way.
All right, Connor. Oh! Okay. Did not like me saying, okay, Connor. All right, give me 1 sec. We're gonna refresh that.
An advantage in the round.
Okay. Try that again.
Be it more health, inflicting higher damage.
Yeah, it's so powerful it killed the video.
There's also this Super Sentai icon that just makes you incredibly powerful right out of the gate, giving you every single buff the game has.
That's scary.
So it's more like rock, paper, scissors, hydrogen bomb.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So this is a crossover.
This is where we crashed last time.
However, unfortunately, not every Sentai team is playable. You can play as the Gokaigers, Goseigers, Shinkenger, and Gow Ranger, as well as
Gow Ranger.
Gow Ranger.
Yeah.
The first 4 are naturally the most recent seasons of the show that most kids will probably recognize, with Gow Ranger, of course, being the first ever team of Super Sentai.
I mean, it makes sense. Like, if you're trying to appeal to like the demographic, yeah, go for previous season before that, and season before that, and then for the nostalgia or for like paying homage, you never stray too far from this. However, for Power Rangers, we gotta stop that. We gotta stop that.
Released all the way back in 1975. Oh man.
Yeah, Gow Ranger started forever ago. I thought I got taken down. I was worried too. I was like, I don't normally see that type of error. Like if YouTube crashes for some reason. I was like, whoa, Connor, what happened? Who did you make upset? What happened?
Just like the Gokaigers, every single Ranger plays in their own unique way, so you can get some real mileage out of your favorite character.
Oh, that's
Plus,
really
everyone
cool.
is voiced by their actual actor. So I'd imagine the story would be really fun if I could read it. But
imagine reading. Can't be me. I can't read. Is there anything special going on for the 50th anniversary for Super Sentai? I think they just passed it. Isn't Gow Ranger the 50th anniversary season? I think Gow Ranger is the 50th anniversary season. Pretty sure. Right, guys? Yeah. Yeah, that's Gow Ranger. That's what I thought. Yeah. Yeah, so they have Sentai rings, which is other people, and then eventually the Gow Ranger main cast can use Sentai rings to change into previous season's Red Rangers, but specifically Red Rangers. It's the 49th season, but the 50th anniversary. Makes sense.
Using both voices and the music from the show really does add a layer of hype to the game.
I like the purple smoke. Now, I've never seen Gokaiger. I will obviously get there eventually because we have to watch it before we can watch Gokaiger. I love this roll call. I don't know what it is about it. They look awesome. Black but purple smoke. Why? Because black smoke, I think, is harder for it to show up? Question mark.
Which
there
is
it is.
Because, again, the game is a little lackluster.
I mean,
fights usually last less than a minute and can get old since all you're doing is mashing the A button over and over.
Well, maybe you should learn some combos, Connor. Play some fighting games. Come on, man.
You can do a little dash, but apart from that, mashing the A button is all you're doing. You can't block, jump, or
There's
do
no
any
block
other moves
again?
apart from the finishing ones.
What is with no blocks?
Speaking of finishers, when playing as the Gokaigers, you'll unlock new finishing moves in which the gang transform into other past Sentai teams and use their finishing moves.
Oh! Is that actually Maji Ranger's finisher? What the heck? They do a bunch of backflips and then into a giant kick? What the heck?
It does suck that you can't play as them, but hey, it's better than nothing, and it's always nice to see them.
The Sentai team
The
never
boss battles
blocks,
do
true.
add some variety. Fighting these giant monsters in your regular small ranger form does feel pretty
They
intense.
do rider kicks, that's
Dodging the massive
crazy.
attacks, running up them like Shadow of the Colossus, and smacking the heck out of them, yeah, that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. I like that.
Oh yeah, and you can also mash the A button on the loading screen and beat up this little 8-bit Gorman. Overall,
It's like those old school loading screens, or like when you are like your internet's out and you can play that little dino jumpy game.
it's a really fun game that I'd recommend for any Sentai fan to play. I just wish they committed to the Muso Warrior style fully. I
Yeah,
had fun
it would've
beating
been
up
cool.
hordes of villains, but I know it'd be a lot more fun on a grander scale. Let me wipe out hundreds or heck, even thousands of these guys.
Thousands
I mean,
of
the
them.
Rangers have cool weapons and finishing moves. It's literally handed to you on a silver platter.
I wonder if they would ever make something like this. I think like a 50th anniversary, like Super Sentai Warriors would be pretty crazy, right? I think that'd be dope. I need a Muso Sentai injected into my veins. That's what I'm saying. What's up, Nix? Welcome in. I'm gonna take a bite of this apple real quick just because I want another bite. Apple. A Super Sentai MMO? You think so? There's a Muso Kamen Rider game? Oh, I didn't know that. I do like Kamen Rider. I've seen a handful of Kamen Rider seasons as well.
But hey, as it stands right now, Super Sentai Battle Ranger Cross hits you right in the fan service.
I mean,
Flashy
sure.
weapons, attacks, the music, it's all there.
If only I'd seen Shinkenger, maybe that would mean something to me.
But now let's move on to the world of handhelds, with Gokaiger on the DS.
Oh. Going from the Wii to the D. All right, fine.
The story of the game is
Understandable.
pretty simple. From what I can gather, the Gokaigers are traveling all over the planet searching for Ranger keys. Every area you'll encounter will have a bunch of stages where you'll need to play different minigames to unlock them. Of course, being on the DS, every game involves the touchscreen. And hey, when I was a kid, that's all I wanted to do, so I don't blame them.
Makes
Seriously, I don't think you will ever touch
Is this just like Jungle Escape or Jungle Run, whatever it's called?
the D-pad or a single face button the
Subway
moment you turn
Surfers.
the game on. So, how are the minigames? Well, the first one I selected was probably
Temple
the worst
Run?
one of
There
the
we go.
bunch. You're in this tomb and you need to help Marvelous navigate it to find the treasure. Whenever you come to a fork in the road, you need to tap left or right, which isn't hard at all since you have this big map right here that shows you
Yeah,
either a path
I was gonna
or
ask.
a big red X. Cool, great. Thanks for the
Oh.
Jiaka key.
Thank
Jiaka.
Jacka. Jacka. Jacka's weird, man.
Alright, next minigame. One of these stupid little guys grabs a treasure chest and you need to tap on Marvelous as fast as you can to catch up, while also
Why not give us an RPG? I think an RPG would also be cool. I think the thing with Super Sentai though is like they definitely appeal to like a pretty young demographic. Like we're not talking the West here where like, you know, people are like, oh, like kids can handle this kind of stuff. No, it is quite literally like Super Sentai is kids. It is for kids, you know? And not in a bad way. Like I freaking love it. But I don't know if like kids would be able to handle something like a complex RPG, you know? I'm just saying. Like we're not gonna get like a Persona styled Super Sentai game. Fire Emblem Super Sentai would go hard though. I think so too. Because we had that one game that was like Persona Fire Emblem. It was called F.E. Sharp. Crap, what was the full name? I can't remember the full name. I just know it had F.E. Sharp. Does anyone remember that game? It was like music themed. Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Thank you. Yep, that was it. Tokyo Mirage Sessions. I think it was originally on the Wii U and then got ported to the Switch. Yeah. Don't characters in Super Sentai die? They do. Sometimes. Yeah.
Needing to press these up and down arrows to avoid the pitfalls ahead. Simple, yet fun. The next game I chose was one where you're fighting a monster. Pretty simple, again. Just keep tapping on him to do damage and occasionally tap on the shield to block. Wait, what happens if I click on the Mobirit?
Oh!
Oh, okay, hold on.
You can
every
Gokai
time
change?
you unlock a new key, you can Gokai change into that ranger.
Ooh.
And using the stylus really makes it feel like I'm there.
Oh, that is cool.
Bada bing, bada boom.
That is pretty
Take
cool.
out the rest of the bad guys.
I will say.
And I'm surprised to see he's got a whole different moveset. Next mini game is, once again, very simple. You play as Joe and need to slash at these projectiles coming your way.
He's cutting cannonballs out of it. Wait, okay. I need to know this because Gokai Blue, Joe, is widely, like, I've heard he is one of the most popular Sentai characters. Now, I haven't seen Gokaiger. Guys, is Joe actually that cool? Is Joe actually that cool? Is he that cool? Yes. He's awesome. Yes. Oh. Okay. Alrighty then. Joe is peak. Good to know. Good to know. I feel like I'm learning. I'm being educated. Perfect. Here's a good story. Dude can hold 5 swords at once. Damn. That's crazy. Joe the artist is cooler.
All of these games so far have been very simple to understand.
Okay, fair enough.
There's a tutorial screen before you play the game, but of course, I can't read Japanese, so it's lost on me.
Are you sure?
But they've been pretty easy to figure out just by trial and error.
Have you tried?
But with this next game, I was completely lost.
Oh no.
So you come across a big monolith that you need to chisel at. Okay,
sure.
simple enough. Chisel off all the garbage and reveal the logo. I did that, and nothing. Okay, maybe I need to chisel it completely. So I tap the monolith and cause too much damage, destroying it in the process. So I try again. This time I think, okay, I removed all the debris, maybe I just have to wait until the timer runs out. Seems a bit silly, but I really don't have many other options. So I do that, and I lose again.
Connor, clearly the answer is very simple. There's a logical explanation for this, okay?
So, you know what you're supposed to do? After clearing all the debris, you simply need to blow on.
Yes, I knew it. I knew it. It's a DS game. I knew it was gonna be it. The DS for some reason loved its mic and like weird blowing stuff. Because I remember like things like The World Ends With You had stuff like this as well. Bro, that's crazy. Oh my gosh.
To your DS. I completely forgot I was able to blow my DS. But yeah, that's pretty much the game.
Yep,
a lot of fun, short burst mini games with enjoyable and clever uses of the touchscreen. There's more fights thrown your way, and while they're fairly simple and easy, the joy does come from.
Do you guys like The World Ends With You? I never played the second one. I kind of want to go back and play the first one, and then play the second one, because I heard like nobody talk about the second one at all. And I really liked the first one. Brainwave man with psycho, got a high kick, collect, reflect, show me on best side, Gridstone, blister, it's all over now. Psycho can, yes, can eat, candy gates.
Changing into other Red Rangers you've collected and using their weapons.
Please play Neo
A really fun game that I'd probably continue to play to this day in short bursts.
Maybe one day.
And I give it kudos for not being a generic and boring side-scrolling beat-em-up.
The second one was horribly marketed. Is that why it like? I feel like no one talked about it. I don't think I had a single friend that played it. I pretty much forgot about the second one. Yeah. I think I have a friend that voice acts in it. And like that's all I can think of, but I don't remember who. Go Busters!
Right, here's Go Busters on the DS. It's a generic, boring, side-scrolling beat-em-up.
No.
Why'd I have to go and open my mouth?
No, Connor, you jinxed it! You can't do this!
Yeah, it really was only a matter of time until we came across a game like this. You walk from left to right, punch the bad guys, collect random items, and do some very basic platforming. Interspersed throughout the gameplay are visual novel cutscenes that I'm 99% sure are just retelling the show's story.
I would imagine so. With these types of games, it kind of makes sense that they would just want to retread like familiar territory, but like that's about it kind of thing. you know? Man, we didn't get any Beast Morphers games, did we? And Beast Morphers was like 2019, 2020, wasn't it? That's crazy to think about.
I mean, what do you want me to say about this? I'm still sick of these games from my Power Rangers video.
I mean, I can
it's
imagine.
very simple and will get very boring very quickly.
We will get to that Power Rangers video at some point, guys, I promise.
Punch, punch, punch. Now walk to the right. For justice they fight with Beast Morphin Light.
Why'd you gotta do him like that, Connor? Why'd you gotta do him like that, homie?
I'm done with this one. So now we're moving on to the 3DS with
Dino
Dino
Charge! Go Power Rangers! No,
Don't
this is
you
pure
ever
user.
stop!
God, I'd love to talk about the game, but unfortunately, I'm trapped behind walls and walls and walls of text.
Yeah, it's a Japanese game on the 3DS. Anyway.
No joke, this went on for an entire 5 minutes of me mashing the A button as fast as I could. Yeah, even with me trying to end this, it still took 5 minutes.
Well, yeah, cutscenes and setup. Cutscenes and setup, man. You gotta learn the story.
Finally, though, we get to the gameplay and oh, wonderful. Now, luckily,
This is what happens, Connor. This is why when you complain about having to mash through cutscenes, we get another generic side-scrolling beat 'em up. Okay? I'm gonna blame Connor on this one.
it's not
Connor's
a boring 2D side-scrolling beat 'em up. Because now, with the power of the 3DS, it's now a boring 3D side-scrolling beat 'em up. Yeah, look at me walking the third dimension.
I'm still blaming Connor.
And I'm also going to save us time with the next game, which is Ninja, because to the surprise of nobody, it is yet
Wait, but that art style.
again another 2D side-scrolling beat 'em up.
Whoa, bro. Is anyone else getting like Ragnarok Online vibes? Whoa. That's so cool looking. Wait, I actually really like that. Whoa.
Side-scrolling beat 'em up. But now,
Unc Roy, who plays Ragnarok, bro? Not me. I never played it. I just recognize the art. I know a lot of eclectic random things like that. The only MMOs I ever played were RuneScape, which was not very long, MapleStory, which I played a ton of, which is why I'm kind of hopeful and excited for MapleStory Classic, because I think Nyx and Apollo and I were all talking about playing it together. Or was it Gale? It may have been, I think it was Gale, Nyx, Apollo, and I were talking about playing together at some point, whenever MapleStory Classic comes out. And then after MapleStory, I went into Final Fantasy 14. So, hey, Kindred! Hey, it's good to see you. I played that game religiously when I was a child. WoW wouldn't run on my home PC. I feel that. I tried WoW, could not get into it. I played it when it was like, they ran like a free level campaign. I was really young, mind you, but I didn't enjoy it. And even watching people play, I'm like, it just doesn't look for me, you know? Did someone say 14? I played 14. Well, I'm in a little bit of a break right now, but I'm like one thing away from being caught up on current content, if that makes sense. Yeah. If you were there, it's insanely cool. In Ragnarok or MapleStory? So I played the shit out of MapleStory, let me tell you. I had a level 40 cleric, classic MapleStory, when it was hard as hell to level up. I was in that zombie mushroom tunnel, just spamming heal.
oh, they're chibi. The only 3DS Super Sentai game to do something different was Zyuohger.
Ooh.
Zyuohger.
You got it.
These are getting hard to
Zyuohger.
pronounce.
Hey, Cameron, thank you so much for the super surprise rider kick from the Power Ranger toy reaction. Well, thank you. Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I hope you're having a great day. The character design of Ragnarok Online is also kind of timeless. It even made an anime itself, which was pretty decent watch. 7 out of 10 for the 2000s. Okay, fair enough. The furry team, they are animals. It's true. Well, 4 of them are.
Because the game is actually a puzzle game. To my very, very limited knowledge of this Sentai, it's very block themed. Like everything is blocks.
Yeah, everything's cubed, and I'm still genuinely shocked. We in the West did not get this as a Power Ranger season, especially with how popular things like Minecraft are. Like, it genuinely blows my mind. You know, because then they could faux market it as like Power Rangers Minecraft. You know? It literally as simple as that. Blows my mind we didn't get this.
So having a block puzzle game really fits the show. It is
We
just
missed out.
jeweled at the end of the
Yeah, and it's like, I'm happy that we got Beast Morphers to some capacity, but at the same time, I'm like, Hasbro, why didn't you pick this? Why didn't you pick this first? This seems like a slam dunk. It's kind of what they did in Japan. Yeah.
day, needing to match 3 or more of the same numbers in a row, but you do get this fun little action scene on the top screen. The better you do, the more damage you inflict onto the monster, all accompanied with fun cutscenes.
The giant tiger claws are
The better
sending
you do,
me.
the more damage you inflict on.
Look how big her hands are. Look how big they are. They're massive. That's crazy.
Onto the monster, all accompanied with fun cutscenes. So you do have the motivation to want to get big combos and make matches as fast as possible before the enemy gets the chance to attack you. A definite nice change of pace with these Super Sentai games. Heading back to consoles, kinda,
Ooh.
we have Lupin Ranger versus Power Ranger on the
Wait, what do you mean kinda? I don't like the way he said kinda. I don't think I've ever seen the mecha for these. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like the profile shot of this one, and I kind of like the profile shot of this one, but I'd love to see them in full.
Switch. This is a really interesting Sentai.
Oh, it's
If
on the
I'm not
Switch.
mistaken, the show actually follows 2 different teams of Rangers.
It does. So there's the whole idea is it's cops and robbers. There's a thief Sentai, which is Lupin Ranger, and then there's a cop Sentai, which is Pato Ranger. I haven't seen it myself. I heard it's actually genuinely really good because they tried something new. I've heard there's some fumbles, but I think it was in the top 20 of like popular seasons, right? From that top 50 list. I think it was.
A team of cops and a team of thieves. Sometimes they fight together and other times against one another, depending on the situation of the
Yeah.
day. The game itself is a collection of minigames strung together to essentially play out an episode of the show.
Ooh.
What I really like is that all of the minigames involve the Joy-Cons and its motion controls, which, if I'm being honest, I totally forgot existed.
I also forgot the Joy-Cons had motion in them. Unless you're playing Mario Party, and then maybe not.
Using the Joy-Cons to throw punches, dodging from side to side, pointing it at the screen like a blaster. I haven't had this much childlike fun since I first played Wii Sports.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe they were just, appealing to a new demographic because the Switch was new at the time, The name of the mechs are Lupin Kaiser and Pato Kaiser. Okay. Six Ranger was on both teams at once. Yeah, I did know that much. Which, are they really a Sixth Ranger? Because they're more like, yes, they are, because it was gold and silver, or X, right? It was Lupin X and Pato X, I think was what it was. But like, one team's 3 and the other's 3. There would be a 7th Ranger, right?
You know what? Close enough. Welcome back, Wii Sports.
I wrote the script. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh, I love that. I'm so glad I decided to scream that out loud. Same brain cell, Connor. Same brain cell.
The Switch really makes these short burst minigames feel and look really impactful. There's a bit of a mobile game stink to it, if that makes any sense. But it doesn't really take away from the actual experience of the game.
Are they playing the...
Which, if I haven't made it clear yet, is tons.
They're playing like the gambling thing where you drop money onto this thing and it pushes it off and then pushes those things forward.
Really take away from the actual experience of the game. Which, if I haven't
That's
made it clear
crazy.
yet, is tons of fun. I'm just realizing that there really hasn't been a modern day Power Rangers or Super Sentai game on a modern console that can utilize all of these flashy cutscenes and hype moments in video game form.
Yeah, I was kind of saying that about what's it called? About Rita's Rewind, because like while I enjoyed Rita's Rewind for what it was, I feel like it could have been so much more. I think if it got delayed by like another couple of months, if we got like season 2 of MMPR, if we got season 3 of MMPR, if they started like teasing into Zeo, You know, like I think they really could have had like an incredible Power Rangers experience, but instead we got like you play it once, finish it, and you're kind of done with it. And it's not like it's bad. I think I give it like a solid 7, and it's got like a really good like amount of Easter eggs, but it's not the 10 out of 10 Power Rangers game we needed. You know, the worst thing Rita's Rewind did was come out after Shredder's Revenge and Streets of Rage 4. Yeah, and I feel like I remember hearing it announced like forever ago too, and then didn't actually come out. Like it got delayed. Yeah.
Having full-on cutscenes and cinematic battles with these multicolored heroes just puts the biggest smile on my face.
Yeah, I mean, it should. It's
Definitely
cool.
an A+ game. I recommend it to any Super Sentai fan or even Power Rangers fan.
Okay.
But now let's shift gears a little bit and talk about some lost media.
Should I be calling Nick? I feel like this screen, like, I'm gonna take a screenshot of this real quick. I'm just gonna be like, I feel like I should involve Nick in this. Like, why did it get spooky? I'm just gonna message Nick and be like, so watching a new Power Rangers video, and this was a screen cap from the video. What's your unfiction doing in my Super Sentai? All right, let's check it out.
TM.
Oh,
First
TM,
up
okay.
is Power Rangers Online. Now you might be thinking to yourself, Connor, you big dumb stupid idiot, why are you talking about a Power Rangers game? Well, if you just give me a second, you see, what you're seeing here is a game made in South Korea.
Oh.
South Korea airs seasons of Super Sentai, but changes the name of the shows to Power Rangers.
Which is a really funny thing too, because Korea actually came out with a sequel season to Gokaiger, which it's our version of Dino Charge. They came out with a second season of that show called Power Rangers Dino Force Brave, which is crazy to think about. Yeah, the Brave season, which is insane. Like, it has nothing to do with Power Rangers, but it's a sequel season to a Sentai season that never came out in Japan, only Korea. Very, very interesting. Very interesting.
I guess for marketing's sake. So, for example, in South Korea, they would air Maji Ranger, dub over it in South Korean, and then completely rename it to Power Rangers Magic Force.
Mystic Force is right there.
Of course,
Mystic Force is right there.
Power Rangers Mystic Force.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
A completely different show.
Yeah.
South Korea still does it to this day.
Yep.
With titles like Power Rangers Dino Force Brave.
There it is. I wrote the script.
Amazing. So yeah, getting back on track.
Oh, he doesn't actually
Power
talk about
Rangers
it.
Online was released in South Korea in 2011 with a closed beta, and in 2012.
Well, these
an
henshin
open
scenes
beta,
are really
until
cool.
completely shutting down the project with no real reason given.
Oh.
As you might expect from the name, Power Rangers Online was an MMO.
It's giving Dungeon Fighter. Like, I'm getting the same vibes of Dungeon Fighter. And unfortunately, Dungeon Fighter was like another thing that just kind of fell apart. Also, Cameron, thank you for the super. Oh my gosh. I have an idea for either a Sentai or Power Rangers team about different myths. 2 teams of good and evil Rangers based on characters of those myths, but the twist would be that the villain-based Rangers would be the actual good guys. I like that. That seems pretty cool. Yeah, because you could do like a lot of different mythologies or just like general myth in like the populace. I made a joke one time that the one kind of season that I still want to this day is a Greek mythology themed team, because it just seems like it's right there. Like, the gods are rangers and the monsters are just monsters from Greek mythology. You know, bad guy could be Hades, could be Prometheus instead. Hades could be an evil ranger at first, and then Prometheus is the actual villain at the end or something like that. Not Prometheus, Kronos. That would be cool, right? But thank you again for the super. That's crazy generous. Thank you.
playing with friends and strangers alike, fighting bad guys, and
Yeah, it just looks
taking
like Dungeon
on bosses.
Fighter.
The combat seemed like your typical MMO fare, having a basic combo attack
Yeah.
while also unleashing special moves and abilities that have cooldowns.
Yeah.
Just looking at this gameplay, I'm really impressed by the animations and fast-paced, flashy nature of it all. I really don't know the legality of all of this. A Super Sentai game using the American Power Rangers name in South Korea? I just have so many questions.
Honestly, it was probably a logistical nightmare. Maybe they didn't have permission to use the name Power Rangers for something like this, or they didn't have the permission to use Super Sentai for this, or they didn't have the permission to use Magi Ranger for this. So it's like a whole bunch of things legality wise. It's probably the reason. Honestly, it just probably came down to legality.
With the main one being, why the Magi Rangers? Magi Ranger aired in 2005, and apparently during a press conference in 2011, the cast of Gokaiger showed up to promote this very game. So why not use them? I don't know.
You
The
got
game
me.
Obviously never had a chance to get on the ground running.
Did she transform? Go back. Did she transform into a cannon with confetti coming out of it? What? I guess I have to watch Magi Ranger at some point. Well, I mean, like, we're gonna make it there anyway. Yes, Prince, we did skip over the Power Rangers video game video. We are gonna watch that. I just for once wanted to watch a Connor video while it was fresh, because this came out a week ago, and I was like, let me dive in.
Running. I'm sure if the game had a chance,
They
and
shoot one of them
developed
out the
a strong
cannon. That's
player
kind of
base,
funny.
They would have eventually added
The
more
boxing
Sentai
gloves. I know
teams.
those.
A Power Rangers MMO like this would be awesome. Creating your own character and transforming into whatever Rangers and abilities you want. Absolutely sign me up. And I commend South Korea for even attempting to make an ambitious project like this.
Yeah.
Alas, seemingly, it just wasn't meant to be. Now, unfortunately, these next two games, I can't find a single screenshot of them.
What?
Super Sentai Wars and Super Sentai Heroes.
Wait, then how do you know they existed? If you can't find screenshots of them, what does that mean? Each Magi Ranger specializes in a different school of magic, with Magi Pink specializing in transformation magic. Whoa. Mystic Force definitely didn't have that. Wait, is Magi Ranger good? I feel like I've heard conflicting things about Magi Ranger. Like, when comparing it to Mystic Force, I've heard a few people say that Mystic Force is better. And I don't love Mystic Force. I don't hate it, but like, you know, I'm curious. While you guys answer, I'm gonna take a bite of this apple. Magi Ranger is not for everyone. Some people love it. Some people don't. I'm watching it currently. I love it. Okay. I like both. Okay. If you like family, then go for it. I like it when it's used as a theme for the whole season. So, like, if you watch Go-Go 5, family is a main focus of the story because there's the Go-Go 5 team, but then there's also the demons because they're all family as well. So using that as a kind of dynamic made Go-Go 5 way better. And if they do the same thing for Magi Ranger, I'm sure I'll enjoy it because I actually really liked it for that reason.
They were apparently on Gree and Mobage, respectively.
What are those?
Which is a portal for games on your phone.
What?
I guess kind of like the Apple Play Store or something.
Okay.
Super Sentai Wars literally has no information other than it just existing. However, Super Sentai Heroes was apparently a card game. Players collected cards to possess the power of their favorite Sentai and robots. That's all according to the wiki. A Sentai card game on your Nokia N-Gage, I guess.
Oh, not the N-Gage, not the N-Gage, dude. I'm getting Kingdom Hearts coded flashbacks. Oh no. Oh no.
Yes. Seems interesting. Then we have Kaizoku Sentai Gokaiger Let's Go Gokai Galleon. I'll just read the wiki for this.
Okay.
Lock onto enemies on the screen by tapping them. You can
It's a
lock
mobile
onto
game.
multiple enemies at the same time.
It's a mobile
Next,
game.
Flick the screen to attack all the enemies you are locked onto simultaneously.
Mobile game.
Tilt the device left and right to dodge all the enemies' attacks.
Ew.
Multiply your score by locking onto multiple enemies and
Ew.
defeating them all at once.
Ew.
It sounded like an ad read. Click that link down below to check out Let's Go Gokaiger.
Yeah,
today.
click
But
the
now we
link
can actually
down
talk about some
below
mobile games
to
that
get
are
more
still available
information,
today or
guys.
aren't lost to time.
That's crazy.
First up is Super Sentai Battle Base. The game allows you to make 4 teams of Sentai. You earn characters via card draws and gacha mechanics.
Whoa.
Typical mobile game stuff.
Okay.
You use your team to defend bases and attack others. I think this is
it
like
like a
Clash of Clans.
tower
Create your
defense?
own Super Sentai Utopia and do battle.
I kind of like
Seems
that.
kind of fun, but ultimately isn't my kind of game.
It looks cute.
Then there's Super Sentai Legend Wars.
Oh.
This is more my speed when it
This is the one that I know, and this is the one that I see so many people use footage of because it's got like so many seasons in it with their themes, the Rangers, the graphics aren't terrible. Like I recognize this.
comes to mobile games. It's kind of the same as the previous. Gotchas and random polls to unlock Rangers, build your own team and fight the bad guys. There's a fully voiced story, fun animation.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know they do, like, a bunch
and
of
of course the highlight is seeing your
animations.
favorite team do their special abilities and finishing moves.
That's why you got a gotcha for it, you know? Man, I love Gow Yellow. I really hope they do that cool finishing move where their logo shows up in the background.
Again, a fun enough
Said
mobile
no
game.
one.
Although
Gow
it's
Yellow
kind of good
sucks.
that this was never released overseas because I would absolutely end up spending hundreds of dollars in microtransactions until I was able to build my perfect team.
See? The answer's right there. Hasbro could have saved Power Rangers if they just opened up a gotcha Gamba game. Easy Pete. This is a joke. For legal reasons, this is a joke. Shut up, Gow Yellow is awesome. Are they, or are you just on copium?
And as of now, that's pretty much all of the Super Sentai games. Again, for this video,
that's
I
cool.
didn't mention other games that have Sentai cameos, such as the mobile game Super Robot Wars in Japan.
Oh,
that has
right,
Sentai
right.
Megazords as playable characters.
The Super Robot
There's
War
also an
franchise.
arcade game called Super Sentai Battle Dice-O. However, since I don't live near a Gigo arcade center, I wasn't able to play it.
What? What do you mean you don't live near a Gigo arcade center? You better go find one, Connor. I'm expecting a full video on just this one.
All in all, though, the Super Sentai games were loads of fun. I like the creativity and
My
risks
goodness
some of them
gracious.
are willing to take. Super Sentai really is for everyone, because despite me not having a personal connection or emotional connection to Sentai in particular, the love I have for Power Rangers was able to translate to these games.
It's kind of crazy too, because my only experience with Sentai prior to actually jumping into Sentai was like the occasional clips here and there that I would see, and jumping from occasional clips to watching an entire season of Gow Ranger was crazy. So much so that I was like, ooh, now let's dive into Die Ranger. And a ton of the times that it happened, like that I would just jump into the next season, I would immediately get depressed watching it because I'm like, this isn't Geki. Where's Burai? Where are the dino bucklers? And then like 15 episodes in, I'd be like, Tenshin da! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Kyokura! Whoa, whoa, whoa! And then, you know, I'm just, anyway, be like that. Cameron, thank you for another super. I already know for the Hero Ranger team, I was thinking that since they're based on villains, I was considering the possibility that the colors would be colors from 6th Rangers. Like, for example, Loki is green. Ooh. That could be pretty cool. I like that.
The flashy suits, the
like
special team-up moves, all of the fun things I love about Power Rangers were obviously found here. But hey, let me know if I missed any games and what your favorite one is. Also, if I were to
Sun Vulcan?
hypothetically make some videos on Sentai seasons, which ones would you recommend me do first?
Connor, we've talked about this. We have to go back and do Die Ranger and Kaku Ranger because we were robbed. Connor, we've talked about this. You and I, Connor, we've talked about this. Die Ranger and Kaku Ranger are a must because of how different they are. Por favor. I will be there with you. I will binge watch those shows with you. Put me in, coach. I'm ready.
Thanks again, and bye-bye.
Oh. Just in case copyright music. Bye, Connor. Thank you. Thank you for another awesome video. Everyone say thank you, Connor. Everyone say thank you, Connor. W, Connor. Everyone say thank you, Connor. Everyone say thank you. There we go. Good job, guys. Good job, guys. Way to be respectful. Good job. Yippee! And hey, if you liked this reaction, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. On YouTube, I react to a lot of Power Rangers content, have various conversations about the franchise, do various tier lists, and lots of stuff. I know way too much about the Power Rangers franchise, and I'm educating myself on Kamen Rider and Super Sentai now. So, yippee! Come chat with us sometimes. Okay, let's shibba-whoop. We got through that a little bit faster than I was kind of anticipating. I'm not gonna lie. We got through that a little bit more quickly than I was anticipating, which is not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all. Not a bad thing, mind you. I had a pretty good time with that. Also feels nice to not have to like pause every single second, because like I know like I joke about it a lot. Ooh, excuse me. I know I joke about it a lot, but it's like, I don't know, sometimes you just don't need to. Sometimes you just don't need to. But yeah, guys, if you want to join us on our Super Sentai and Kamen Rider adventures, please come join up in Discord, ! Discord. On days that I don't stream, I typically just do a ping in the server and we end up watching 10, 15 episodes at a time. We're probably gonna do more Kamen Rider Hibiki on Wednesday, just because I'm not streaming that day. I wanted to take it a little bit easier this week, and watching shows in Discord with you guys is super fun and makes me feel happy. I love spending time with the Dusk Bunnies. And because we've reached the halfway point of Hibiki, I'm still very much like, man, I want to push for finishing it, because then we can start Aba Ranger. We can continue on from there. So, have I seen Amazon yet? Amazon! No, I have not. I've seen Ichigo V3 X, and then I skipped to Black RX, Kuga, Agito, Ryuki, Faiz, Blade. And now we're watching Hibiki. So, but yeah, guys, if you liked this video, if you like this stream, if you like me, come join us on Discord, come vibe, thrive, and survive with us. Everything like that. Yeah, let's raid into my friend Porcelain Maid Joel, who's playing some Honkai Star Rail. I think he's a lot further than I am, so I'm not really sure what he's doing, but let's go raid into him. I haven't been able to raid into Joel in a long time. A little bit of a short stream tonight, but hey, I had a blast. Oh, no, he's ending his stream. God damn it, he turned off raids. Okay, fine, fine. Keep your secrets. Guys, let's go ahead and raid into another Ranger friend of mine. Let's go ahead and raid into Andrea, another part of the Oshi Sentai V Danger. Let's go raid into her. There we go. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us, vibing, thriving, and surviving. I will be back tomorrow. Same bun time, same bun place. We'll be playing more of Date Everything. We're probably going to be prioritizing finishing off some relationships and then just getting as far as we can. I'm having a blast with that game. Honestly, still feels fun. Not getting tired of it at all. So yeah, I really enjoy it. So thank you guys. I really appreciate everything. Oh, Cameron, thank you so much for another super. One more thing, I was thinking that the morphers could be tattoos. Oh, and also thanks, Connor. Tattoo morphers. Ooh. Maybe if they come out of the tattoos? Just don't be tattooed teenage alien. Wait, alien tattooed teenage alien fighter. I don't remember what the full thing is. Oh yeah, from Beverly Hills. I don't remember what the full title is. Anyway, guys, thank you for hanging out. I will see you. Tattoo teenage alien fighters from Beverly Hills. There we go. That's what it is. I couldn't remember. All right. Bye, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night. Bye-bye.